Your voice,
Your station.
your open line
Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela.
on 702.
Hey, morning, Clement. It's Papa here from Lenesia. Clement, the problem with Umhlekazi, Mzwanele Manyi, akafundi, he doesn't learn. Last time they throw him under the bus, lying to us to Tenge ANN7, while they know what they are lying. And they was on the public to confirm what vele he bought that TV station. Imagine now. He was all over what is this X or Twitter defending Umsholozi. Uzofunda kancane benze kahle ukuthi bamxoshe. Papa here from Lenesia.
Yeah, but he's not fired from the party, guys. The MK party has just made changes, which is what it has been doing, as a new party over the last couple of months. And yes, maybe there are many changes that have come with secretary generals, etc. But he's still very much the member of the MK party. So it's just a change in the positions. In fact, we've got him on the line now. Mzwanele Manyi, thank you for your time. Good morning.
Hi there, Clement, and good morning to your listeners.
Yeah, so you're no longer gonna be the chief whip in Parliament. What happened?
Firstly, let me just explain the two concepts. There is something called deployment versus something called employment. The two are not the same. With deployment, you live on a day-to-day. With employment, you've got a contract and all of that. That's what happens. With deployment, if you are in the political space, you are in deployment, what you should understand is that you are in the service of the party. You are not in the service of your career. You are not in the service of anything else. You are in the service of the party. The party takes a helicopter view. Perhaps the other way of looking at it is look at the chessboard. The party is playing a chessboard situation. So all the pieces in the chessboard must move at some point, and all of that, and so all to ensure that you win the game and all of that. So you cannot be that if you are a piece in the chessboard, you want to just stay there and nothing must happen to you. Yeah. So we in the political space sign up for this. So I'm losing no sleep over this because it is in the interest of the party. And as you point out, I still continue to be a very loyal member of the MK party. I continue to be in the National Assembly. I will continue to make my impact in the various committees and all of that. All of this, the party is looking at it with a hawk's eye, just to say what works for the party. It's all about what works for the party.
Yeah.
People
So what
must understand that.
what does this say then about your tenure as chief whip? Was the party not happy with your performance?
No, if that was the case, I would have had those kinds of discussions. There was no such a discussion. It's a political discussion. It's a political maneuver, this. I think with the fullness of time, you'll probably see where it's headed. But it's really just a political maneuver that at this point in time, it's a political decision. It's not a performance-related decision at all. If it was a performance decision, as an example, there would have been all kinds of discussion I would have had with the SG, some serious discussions. Nobody here, with all the people that are leaking information, can leak to you that I was ever put on the red carpet in terms of performance.
But I've spoken to some members of parliament in the MK party who said they're unhappy with your leadership. There are a few people that have said that.
It's okay. People have got their various perspectives and so on, and within a year of working with people that you otherwise didn't know, there is bound to be all those kinds of storming phase, and all of that. So that is a normal process anywhere you go. There's never going to be a smooth sailing for anyone, for that matter. So that is just the name of the game. So if you've heard those things, there are probably there's probably some element of reality in that, because it's probably the storming phase.
So what would be your advice for Colleen Makhubele as she comes in? The MK party says you are now going to continue playing your role in supporting the party's broader objectives. She takes charge now. What's your advice for her?
No. I think the chief whip runs the operations of Parliament, and that's really all that she has to do. Parliament has got rules and so on. So she just, the very first thing, obviously, is to acquaint herself with all the rules of Parliament and be able to guide caucus in terms of the rules. And that's actually sometimes the problem with the rules of Parliament and point of order. What is point of order? You see, if you come, let's say, for instance, if you come from the various organizations where you come from, when someone says something that you don't particularly like, you raise a point of order. Whereas in Parliament, a point of order is something different. It just means what you are doing or what you are saying is not in line with a particular rule, as it were. So that's what constitutes a point of order. So it's those kinds of things. And Colleen is a bright person. She's been reading this, and I'm sure she's aware of this. And she's not a newcomer in the game. And I really think that she'll do extremely well. She's got energy, she's got articulation and all of that. So I think Colleen will do very well.
Okay. And we're not going to see you moving to another party anytime soon, yeah?
No.
Pela, we know you, Mzwanele.
No. MK Party, let me tell you, the MK Party is the future. It's the last hope for the people of South Africa.
So this is the last party for you?
No, I'm moving nowhere. Trust me. These moves that MK is making, it's not instability. Call it is repositioning. Is getting ready. You must remember, this is going to be a government in waiting. So we are a government in waiting. So as a government in waiting, at any given point in time, you are shaping and shaping and preparing and fine-tuning here and fine-tuning there. So all of those things is because actually this is quite imminent. It's quite imminent. You see, with as an example, with this budget story, people of South Africa don't know this, that the South African Parliament is actually facing dissolution. Anything, you miss 1 or 2 days with these tight timelines to the end of July, a dissolution of Parliament is possible. So as MK Party, we are gearing for that. We think that it's not impossible for this government to collapse in end of July. So those are the things that are worrying us, and this is why we have to keep changing and positioning ourselves to make sure that when that happens, we are ready.
All right, Mzwanele, got you. Thank you so much for chatting to us, and all the best with what you will be doing now in the MK Party, contributing, as the party says, broadly to the party's objectives. I really appreciate your time. Mzwanele Manyi, the former MK Party chief whip, he says it's political maneuvering and not so much anything that has to do with his lack of performance as a chief whip in the MK Party. Do you buy that?